welcome back to another video. I hope you guys enjoyed the last one. So I left Melbourne yesterday and I come up here, I come back up to Sydney with a single. It was a pretty straightforward trip, so I didn't bother filming. I decided to have a break for a day. It gets a bit hectic trying to film and focus on my job at the same time, and also editing the videos whenever I've got time to, which isn't often. But anyway, today we're going to go load up a B double and then head up to Brisbane. So I'm going to take you guys along for a ride. Locals are dropping my B trailer over at the place that I'm loading at for me. I've got the A trailer on now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I've got all my bars and boards, head over. My B trailer should be on the dock by now. Click them back together. Once they're done, send it to Brisbane. Let's go for a drive. So what I'm referring to when I talk about bars, I'm talking about these. They're double up bars. All they do is they sit in these squares here. They sit in those squares and just allow us to put freight on the second level there. Usually we can double pallets up on top of each other, but if they're too heavy, we need these double up bars so it doesn't squash the freight underneath while we're in transit. But I'm going to get these into the trailer and then head over. So I've got all my bars in. There's two reasons why I put the bars in now instead of where I load up. One is just so I don't have to muck around when I get there, I can just back onto the dock. Two is just so when the loaders open the doors, all the bars are there ready for them. So I'm going to slide this box forward over the truck. We're not meant to travel with it over the triaxles there, we've got to have it over the drives. So all this is a battery driven pulley system. What you'll see there, you'll see that plate on the box come up towards the locks here. Give it a sec, it'll go. There we go. And all I do now is pull this switch here and I pull that switch there and it'll push these locks in to hold the box in place. And I'm ready to go. So for anyone that's just found our channel, you might be wondering, vlogs 2, 3 and 4 are up. Where's vlog number 1? Well, stupid me, I deleted it after I uploaded vlog number 3. Which sucks because it was our biggest video to date, but that's alright. We'll just keep pumping out content. You guys seem to be enjoying it. We're building a bit of a community in the comments, which is awesome. I'm really enjoying doing it. I'm a line haul truck driver based in Brisbane. The company that I work for, we run between Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne and a couple places in between. We do singles, B doubles and road trains. I predominantly do B doubles and a lot of road trains as well, but never really any singles. I've only been driving trucks for about 18 months. I was driving rigids up in Brisbane. I decided to get my MC license and head off down the highway. So how I usually like to film is I film getting ready at home on Sundays and then going back to work to start my working week. My working week usually goes from Sunday being my first run to Thursday night being my last, and then I start again on Sunday. And in that time, I can go anywhere between Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne, to be honest with you. We've got depots in all 3 cities, plus one in Wodonga, which is on the New South Wales Victorian border. So we're lucky in the fact that we don't really live in our trucks. We do, but we don't. We get to pull into depots and have showers and things like that. Most truck drivers live in truck stops and they shower and eat in truck stops. We're lucky, we get to sit around depots sometimes. But I've been reading a few of the comments and trying to reply to all you guys. I've seen that a few people have said they're on the fence about getting their truck license. They've always wanted to do it. They never really had the means or the time, or they've just never gotten around to doing it. For anybody that's sitting on the fence, I would encourage you to go and do it. If you don't like doing it, then you can always go back to what you were doing. Yeah, money is an obstacle for a lot of us. I know that better than anybody. I've seen a lot of drivers come through our company, start on line haul, they didn't enjoy it, so then they end up doing local work, or they go to changeovers. And changeovers are, you're halfway between 2 different destinations. You meet in the middle of, say, Brisbane and Sydney. The guy coming the other way brings a set of trailers, you take a set of trailers and you swap trailers and you go home. A lot of people, I've seen a few of the boys that work with us do that. just because line haul's not for everybody. I really enjoy line haul, even though I've got a wife and a kid at home and one on the way. I told my wife I'd probably never do local work unless I really had to, unless our situation forced me to. But through and through, I'm a line haul driver. I can't stand sitting in traffic. I can't stand seeing the same thing. I can't stand seeing the same roads 5 days a week. Line haul it's like a job that you get paid to do some travelling. That's basically what it is. Anybody that's sitting on the fence, I do encourage you to give it a go. If you look up on Seek in any city in whatever city that you're from, and look up MC line haul driver, you'll probably see that there's a few hundred jobs up for grabs. That's just because of the driver shortage that's going on at the moment. But anyway, I've just got to where I'm loading. I'll talk to you guys soon. This place is crappy to get into. They put stuff all along the driveway here, and literally anytime you come in here with a truck, you've probably got less than half a metre clearance both sides. Like I said earlier, my B trailer is already here. One of the local boys dropped it off and he's put it on the dock for me. So I've just got to get my A trailer on, get it loaded, and I'll hook them up and drag them out. So I've got it lined up. All I got to do now is check to see if that pin's going to go in. And I've lined it up pretty well. I just need to raise the airbags a little bit on the A trailer, because the B trailer needs to be resting on the turntable for it to lock in. The trailer's resting on the turntable now. Let's lock it in. Alright, that's all locked in. Connect these air lines, wind the legs up, do my paperwork, then I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys soon. Pulled in here, I've just remembered that I forgot to put my long vehicle signs out. So I'm going to do that, try and get around these pumps without hitting anything. No, they were already out. I'll probably turn the camera back on. I'm going to turn the camera back on around around Beresfield, just to get some footage of going through Beresfield and then over the Hexham Bridge and then out through Heatherbrain. See you guys there. So I'm just coming into Beresfield. So when we get up here, we turn right at this big intersection here. We went left, it'll take us out through Singleton and all that. And on the way out to Tamworth, we go right to keep heading north to go to Brisbane. So I left where I loaded around 2 hours ago. It's making pretty good time with how heavy these trailers are. So I've got 4 hours. I have 4 hours left from now until I have to stop for my first break. So hopefully that puts me up somewhere near. Hopefully that puts me somewhere up near Nambucca, just before Coffs Harbour. And after that, it's around 4.5 hours to Brisbane. So with these trailers that I've got on now, they have to be delivered by the locals into one of the big Woolworths sites once I get up to Brisbane. They have to be delivered at 1 AM, so I have to be up in Brisbane in the next 9 hours, which I should be just on time. If I have a 15-minute break up the road somewhere and then keep going, I should get there around 12:45. What I'll do is I'll drop these trailers off there and then I'll just go back to the depot and go to sleep. My wife and kid might pick me up in the morning, but I'm not sure yet. I've still got one more run to do after this one. This is the Hexham Bridge here. If I had stayed going that way, that would take me to Newcastle, I think. I've never been down that road. Gets a bit dicey when you're on the southbound side coming over this river, because that old bridge over there is narrow. There's enough room for 2 trucks to be side by side, but so I was reading through the YouTube guidelines earlier today, because obviously I eventually want to become partnered with YouTube with this channel. So I was looking through the guidelines today, and one of the criteria, one of the bits of criteria for being partnered is not having repetitive content, which means like new subjects constantly, like new storylines, things like that. So I've been trying to rack my brain for new content ideas that I could give to you guys. Why are we stopping when it's on green? If you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments what you want to see. One idea that my wife gave to me was doing product reviews for things that like for things that might help make truck drivers' lives easier while we're on the road. And one of you guys in the comments today actually mentioned to me about a 12-volt oven. So I'll see how I go. I might get one of those and do a product review on it, and then maybe I'll put a link in the description where you guys can go get one yourselves and whatnot. But other things that I've thought about doing food reviews at truck stops. So like buying a few things off the out of the kitchens at these truck stops, and then reviewing the food. I thought I could do that. I have a few other ideas as well. But if you guys have anything, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas. Because obviously with the support you guys have been giving the channel lately, I'm taking this filming thing pretty seriously, so I'm going to carry on doing it. But I've got to diversify what kind of content I give out. So this is all Heatherbrae, and after this donut it's just straight highway all the way to Coffs Harbour. Yeah, this bloody roundabout will get you if you don't watch out in the truck. So even though there's nothing coming that way, the black car decided to stop anyway and have a look. Got back to Brisbane. It's about 1:30 in the morning, so it took me 11 hours to get up here with a half an hour break, so 10.5 hours driving, which is normal. What you guys saw was me unhooking and then hooking up to an empty double set to take that back to our depot. I might sign off here. Tomorrow night I've got a late changeover going, so I probably won't be out of Brisbane till 9 o'clock tomorrow night, so it's a bit of a wait around, but that's alright. My wife and kid are going to pick me up in the morning. I'll either go home till tomorrow night or we'll go out for lunch or breakfast or something like that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I got picked up from the yard this morning after my sleep, and I'm at home making a big breakfast. I usually feel like a big feed when I get home. But anyway, tonight my plans got changed from a late changeover to a 3 o'clock run, which is usually an Inverell run, so we might be heading out there today. Everyone in our house is sick. My son's spewing and he's got diarrhea. Then the hard thing for me when I come home and everyone's sick is trying not to get sick, because whether or not I catch it, I'm still going to go to work on Sunday, and I'm either going to be going down the highway happy and healthy, or stopping at every toilet and using it. We'll start at 3 o'clock today, so I've got to go back into the yard in about 5 hours. I dare say I'm going to Inverell. They got the truck. Not sure what's going on over here. Probably about 200 tractors sitting in that yard there. So I'm sorry if this video's been a bit rushed, guys. Sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes I haven't got time to pick up the camera, and sometimes there's just too many people around to pull the camera out and start filming. I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. But anyway, I'm just leaving Brisbane. Those of you who didn't see last week's vlog, Inverell is around 5.5 hours southwest of where Brisbane is. It's out towards, it's kind of in between Moree and Tamworth. It's a big country town. We go out there and we load beef up. I'm a bit over this week. Sometimes weeks just drag on. That's alright. Doesn't mean I'm still not going to get in my truck and do it. I still like doing it. So I don't know if I introduced myself properly, but my name's Jacques Cross. My wife Claire and my son Huey are the other two grubs that you've seen in the videos. I started this channel with two goals in mind, right? One is to create another income stream, so I want some of that YouTube money that everyone talks about. But also, the main goal of this channel is to get ourselves to a place to where we can put the Cross Family Trucking logo on the side of a prime mover, so on the side of a truck. That's why we're doing this. My wife's as committed to that as I am, and yeah, we're doing it any way we can, honestly. Cost of living in our part of Australia has gone up in the last few years. That's another reason why I went and got my MC license and why I do line haul. So it really means that the amount of money we can save per week is very limited. So I need to create another income stream. And because, you know, when we found out that my wife was pregnant with Huey, I told her right away that she didn't have to work for the rest of her life if she didn't want to. The way that we are and we operate, I want my kids raised by their mother, and that's so my wife's a stay-at-home mum, so that means we've got one income. With the cost of living and the fact that we only got one income, I need to create another income stream, and that's the main reason for the existence of our YouTube channel. I really want to drive a truck down the highway with Cross Family Trucking on the side of it. That's why I chose the name Cross Family Trucking. When I had the thought, if I ever owned a truck, what would be on the side of it, and all I could think of was Cross Family Trucking, and that's why I named the YouTube channel this. So I guess we're building a brand as well. And so far, you guys have been enjoying the content. I'll try and make it as fresh as I can, as often as I can. But regardless, I do appreciate you guys' support. I'm going to put the camera on the outside of the truck going through Tenterfield. Tenterfield is 15 minutes south of the New South Wales Queensland border on the New England Highway. The New England Highway goes straight through Tenterfield. I'll see you guys there. Yeah, I know. There it is. Yeah, but all the bug stuff's dry on the windscreen, so. I just finished loading. I've only been here for about an hour, but I'm going to turn around and head straight back to Brisbane. Apologise for not getting any footage while I'm in there, just out of respect for companies and people. I don't want to do it. So 5.5 hours to go to the weekend. Let's go. So I just stopped here at Inverell, Shell Service Centre. Got myself a bit of a sandwich. Quick sandwich review. Awesome. Done. I get these every time I come through Inverell, so I'm only ever going to say they're good. If anyone's ever coming through here, come to the Shell Service Centre and ask for one of these sandwiches toasted. Can't beat it. Alright, see you guys in Brisbane. Finally back in Brisbane, finally home for the week. Wrecked as always. If you guys enjoyed this video, Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for all the support on your last 3 videos. It's been amazing. I didn't think the channel would grow this fast, but it is, and I'm very grateful for it. I'll be back at it Sunday, back out on the highway as usual, chasing K's and chasing dollars. That's about it, really. Alright, talk to you guys then.